Hey guys, I just want to talk to you guys today about, I'm tired, and, I didn't want to go for a jog today, and I just want to have a quick talk about, the importance of doing things even though you don't want to do them. You don't want to push yourself outside your comfort zone, but you still got to do it because that's going to equivalent to the life that you want to have. But if you don't go outside of your comfort zone and you don't do something, let's say you said you were going to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go for a jog, and you didn't go for the jog. Let's say you were going to wake up at this time. Let's say you were going to set time to exercise aside and you didn't do it. Guys, the only person you're hurting is yourself. If you want that job, guys, in life, if you want a job, if you want something, a career that you want, here's the thing: people who wait are weak. They're people who say, well, when things happen to me, that's when I'm blessed for things. That's not the way things works in life, guys. You gotta grab it by your fucking nuts or grab it by your uterus and get shit done. Anything is possible, but you gotta put the work in and you gotta have the diligence to get it done, guys. It's 100% up to you. Anything in this life is possible. Anything you can imagine. You want to be a multimillionaire, you can do it. But you have to go outside of the comfort zone. Nobody wants to wake up, no, I don't want to run today. But you do it anyways. It's the abdominal will of a person. As Greg Plitt says, it's the abdominal will of a champion. They do it even though they don't want to always do it. That's called discipline. That's called integrity. That's called work ethic. That's called standards. That's called character. That's the definition of character. When you see someone, they eat some food, and do they put the dish in the sink? Do they clean it overnight, or do they just let it sit? It's the character of the individual, the undying will that you put into whatever you do. Whatever you do it to the best of your ability. No matter what, and your life will be incredible. If you half-ass it, if you know you should do something and you're putting it off, and a lot of people use the excuse, I'm not perfect. You don't need to be perfect. You need just every inch of effort you have. It's called effort isn't perfection. You can do anything you want in this life, but say you were supposed to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and run, and you didn't wake up. You gotta understand, the only person, and then you say, well, I'm not perfect. You could say I'm not perfect the rest of your life and never accomplish your goals. A lot of people use I'm not perfect, which is the basis of today's subject. I'm not perfect. They'll say, well, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. We know you're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. It's not about being perfect. It's about getting shit done. There's a difference between, what does effort have to do with perfection? And when I mean effort, I mean running until your feet bleed. What does that have to do with perfection? That's not perfection. Running till your feet bleed isn't perfection. It's effort. It's 100% an undying effort. It has nothing to do with perfection or not being perfect. Waking up and going towards your dreams and putting in 100% effort. And I'm not talking about a 90 and then calling it 100 to make yourself feel better at night. 100% effort is, there's no excuse you're not being the hardest fucking worker in the room, is another quote by Greg Plitt. There's no excuse to not be the hardest worker in the room. You can achieve anything you want to achieve, guys, but it all starts with you. It all starts with you, not me. You put the effort in. I didn't want to wake up and run today. It's a little bit later, it's like 9:30, but I didn't want to run today. I don't want to go back to my place, and then I don't want to go back to my place and eat a fucking salad with black beans and a little bit of apple cider vinegar. I don't want to eat that stuff, but I know that my mind is going to be by eating healthier and by doing this exercise, my mind's going to think at a faster pace than my opponent. My opponent is yourself, and it's the world subjected off of your own mental perception. That's what life is, and that's what accomplishing your goals is. It's a self-projected. It's all in your head, guys. Everything is in your head. If you believe it and you're willing to put in the work, dude, you can achieve it. You can achieve anything you want out of this life. You want to be a millionaire? Be a millionaire. You want to have whatever you want to do, you can do in this life. Don't settle. Don't go, well, it's good enough. Oh, this job is good. It has this good benefit. It has this good this. And meanwhile, and you're just, every single week, you're trying to fill that gap. Something big inside. What do you really want to do? What is your life purpose? And you know how many people I know? They're like, oh, well, next week I can get that new car. Next week I can get this. And each week, they keep trying to fill that gap. That gap on the inside of them, that hole, and it's about pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. Nobody wants to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and study. If you're in college, that's not me, but if that's you, if you're going to college, nobody wants to wake up and study at 4 o'clock in the morning. But that's what champions do. And then when they're done with that studying for a couple hours, they go for a run before they have to go to class. They go to the gym, lift weights, or whatever they do. But they push themselves to their absolute limits. Those, at the end of the day, will be the people. And the people who save their money and the people who make smart decisions will be the people on top of the mountain later on in life. I'm talking 20 years from now. If you're 20, I'm talking the people at 40 who will be on top of the mountain. The people who go out, they buy champagne, they spend money they shouldn't be spending instead of investing their money. They party, they act all cocky, they do all this. At the end of the day, man, they will be on top. They will be on top. And people don't understand like how important it is at a young age. I'm kind of ranting now, but how important it is to put in money into Roth IRAs and stuff like that at a young age, mutual funds, which I'll get into in another subject. You know, quadrupling your profits. You know, if you put in from 22 to 62, you'll have a lot of money at 62. There's no reason to not later on in life have a shit ton of money. I'm talking stupid amounts of money. And you know, but what do you really want to do with your life? Do you want to be a doctor? Do you want to be a natural pathogen? Whatever, you know, whatever it is in your life, what do you want to do? Do you want to be an entrepreneur, own your own business? You can do it, but you have to be willing to make the sacrifices. And the people going out to the clubs right now, the people going out partying, the people they will be nowhere. They will be making $20 an hour as a roadside assistant. The guys that are doing that shit will be making $20 an hour as a roadside assistant. The women who are doing it will be working at fucking Wendy's, sweeping floors, or a secretary making fucking $18 an hour. They will be nowhere in life. It's the individual decisions that we make and the fear-based decisions we make. Fear is your enemy. It's your ultimate